My name is Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. I'm also the creator of the concept known as Common Sense Self-Mastery. Have you ever started a meditation practice and actually stuck with it to the point where I'm talking about a year, 2 years, 3 years or so even of growth, to the point where you know at your deepest level of sincerity that it's helped you become a better person, have more of a space to think about or act between the stimulus and the reaction. You have more space. Have you gotten to that point and even wondered what comes next? I know I have. And today I just wanted to take a moment to talk about a little bit about those moments where you doubt or you wonder if you have been, in fact, making the right decisions in your practice. And again, this is more of an advanced conversation in the meditation aspect. Meaning, I think that if anybody's already been able to meditate for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour straight, as Cherry Huber, a Zen Buddha or Zen monk, said, anyone that can meditate for 15 minutes straight with complete focus is a world-class meditator. So, I mean, I am quoting to bring it back to you, where you may already have a lot of growth in meditation. I myself am humble and yet honest enough to know that I've grown tremendously from that first day in 2014 where I committed to a 60-day challenge of meditation, going through a breakup and knowing, oh my goodness, how am I going to cope with all of this sadness, all of these deep inner anxieties? If you yourself have committed to meditation and think about that first day where you were hoping that you could sit down for 10 minutes or let alone the scary 20-minute meditation. Those of us, again, that started sincerely being able to honestly say that, I think that if you ask yourself now, 20 minutes seems like the shortest time possible to actually get anywhere in meditation. Again, that's what I'm getting. This conversation is more about advanced meditations, and to ask you, have you, a more seasoned meditator, struggled as to where to go next? And like I said, I know I have. Yesterday, I talked about in one of my other videos, how I actually didn't want to meditate yesterday. And the reason is because I knew it would make my life better. And so many times we get to that place in life where we know we can diet, we know we can eat the broccoli, we know we can do better. It's easy enough for us. But on some level, that old version of us sort of did have a point where maybe we need to loosen up a little bit. Not for any other reason than to let go of some of the guilt that is also driving the machine. Does that make some sense? Where maybe what I found I needed yesterday, for example, was an acceptance to my imperfections. I needed a little bit of just loving myself as I was, to say, you know what? It's not good that I skip meditation, but can't I just give myself a win overall? Can I just say, okay, you've done great. You can meditate tomorrow. And I have meditated today, and I feel amazing. Maybe yesterday I wasn't thinking as clearly as I am today, and now I'm thinking clearer. But what I'm saying is, didn't yesterday's contrast of not meditating help me appreciate today even all the more? And that's what my goal was. So I'm not going to tell you that you yourself need to skip a day. I would never cross that line. That's an internal boundary that those of us that meditate understand. Like, you don't want to play around with this concept of skipping a day of meditation, especially those of us that are on a spiritual aspect or a spiritual path with our practice. So again, I knowingly know that I'm not bragging about skipping meditation. In many ways, it was like having a beer, like where it's like, oh my goodness, this isn't healthy. This isn't the right way to think or behave. But at the same time, I didn't want to let the guilt of skipping make me meditate. I hope that makes some sense. I wanted to come to meditate today, come to the altar of meditation today with a complete, clear canvas of sincerity and love for the Lord, for myself, and for just the thirst to have that connection with my soul. Believe it or not, today I saw that as I've gone through this process of meditating, practicing some Kriya Yoga, some Om technique, some Hong Sa technique as taught by Paramahansa Yogananda, that I've been able to really accept myself at the deepest vibration within myself. Sometimes I'll feel vibrations through my spine and I'll just accept them. Or sometimes if I feel like anxiety or fear creep up, I'm just like, and this is my inner dialogue I'm sharing it with you now, I'll say like, oh, that's my root chakra just sending energy through my body. And sort of just like bubbles rising through the water. It feels like that. And so today, as I sat down to meditate, I saw my third eye really clear, and it was as if I was, think about that, a moment in your life where you see clouds in the sky and you're like, oh, that looks like a star, and if the clouds were the shape of a star. That's how it looked today. When I meditated, it seemed like there was a clear outline of a star right there where my third eye was, And I'm not telling you this for you to think that I'm perfect. By no stretch of the imagination do I want to emit that frequency or that energy. I'm not perfect. What I do want to emit and what I do want you to see is a person that just came to the altar of God today and just said, God, I'm here to love you. I'm your child. Please, or I ask you as your child to show yourself to me. And, that was my meditation today. So that I felt extremely blessed. And so I can't tell you what to do as to what your next step is. What I can tell you is if you've meditated so much that you in your deepest heart of hearts know that it's helped you, I believe, friend, that your next step will show itself to you because you've worked so hard to find it within yourself. And you're already trusting yourself. So you are on the right path. And that's what I have for you today. In closing, let me just see. We, as a people, as a society, have come to grow from the old idea that in the United States, for example, that meditation was some woo-woo, trifling, Indian, pretentious aspect. And we've grown to see it for an acceptance of truth, an acceptance of the vibrations in our body, an acceptance of our soul, a salute to the divinity in ourselves, the divinity in others, the love of life, and the spending of time with that presence that is us, the true essence of us. And we've grown significantly as a country, where, as I said in one of my videos, Tim Ferriss, he says that he interviewed the top leaders in all industries, and 85% or more of them said they all have a ritual, a morning ritual, and most of them, if not all of them, have, or 85% of them, practice some form of meditation. So we've grown collectively as a country. And as you watch this video, let's just say you're not an advanced meditator, you haven't yet have your first year of deep practice every morning, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes. There's been mornings where I only was able to get 5 minutes, or there was days where I skipped in that year, right? Like 3, 5 days, 7 days. But if you're watching this, you may still be gathering information on meditation. Paramahansa Yogananda is my guru, and so I will recommend his teachings, but by all means, find your own truth and find your own teacher that resonates with you and your inner, deepest, most sincere truth that you want to test. I like that Yogananda's writings were based on science, and he's always quoting scientific ideas. And so that really resonated with me, a scientific type individual. So, but whatever it is that works for you, do that. The most common error in judgment would be to not take any action into this, especially if all of the leaders like Ray Dalio, whose book I'm going to get today, says meditation was the biggest thing that made a difference in his life. Like I said, Tim Ferriss's interviews, Brendan Burchard's, some of the key leaders. Now, there are some people I respect and admire who'd say they don't meditate or don't make a big difference. It doesn't make a big difference to them. There's no judgment there. There's no judgment there. I'm not going to be able to say that they're just passing the buck or making an excuse, or maybe what if they're different and special and it doesn't help them. You know, there is no judgment there. All I could tell you is the numbers are showing a significant advantage to those that do meditate. So whatever you do upon finishing this video, I'd love to hear your comments or ideas, especially if you have some time already meditating or some of your own experiences or stories, or share maybe what it is that's happened to you as you've advanced in meditation. I would love to start more of a connection with those that meditate, not in any way, shape, or form to establish any type of superiority or anything like that at all. Only to connect with people that are about accepting their truth and their inner soul and loving the people around them more. That's it. Because that alone is worth everything as far as most people are concerned. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe. Tell me about some of the challenges you've had in meditation. Specifically, those people that have more time in that. My quest to meditate has taken me from the day I said I wanted to meditate till now. It's taken about a decade. But over the last 3-4 years is when I've made the most progress because of my commitment in 2012 to do so and the lessons I took. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. This is Jacob Adams signing off. Have a wonderful Sunday, or day of light if you see this on a Sunday. Bye.